Hello, my name is Laurie Siebert and I'm host of the radio show Your Financial Choices, which airs weekly on WDIY 88.1 FM, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7. And this is your September 2018 YFC recap. What did we talk about in September? Well, starting on September 5th, I had President and CEO of Silvercrest Insurance, Daniel Banks, on the show to talk about Medicare planning. We talked about the ABCs of Medicare. So many people don't understand that. Medicare Part A, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part C and D. What does it all mean? But more importantly, we also talked about some recent changes that are coming up that may affect many people, including the supplemental plans that people choose, one of them being Plan F. I think it's scheduled to go away. So if you want more information about that, it might be important to listen to that particular show. On September 12th, I had Joe Goldfeder, CFP and Vice President at Valley National Financial Advisors, on the show to talk about retirement plan checkup. Many of us have retirement plans through our employers. How many of us are really checking on them? So Joe went over some of the tips to do a checkup on your retirement plan. It's not just about understanding what contributions you can make. It's also talking about what investment options do you have? What does your asset allocation look like? What is your risk tolerance? What are the underlying costs of the funds that are available through your employer plan? But more importantly, he also mentioned that there's often additional tools that are available on the employer plan website, which includes projecting out your retirement savings and how much are you going to need to save for retirement, and it helps you kind of build toward that goal of eventually retiring. So that was a really interesting show and a good highlight of some of the items that you need to look at when you're reviewing your retirement plan. Following up on that, on September 19th, I decided to add to that discussion and talk about understanding what you can do with your retirement account. What does that mean? Well, we make contributions to our retirement plans. We take distributions from our retirement plans. Sometimes we're rolling them over. Sometimes we want to take a loan from them. So we talk about various things that you can do with your retirement accounts, but most importantly, you have to understand what kind of retirement account you have, because guess what? The rules differ depending on if you have an employer-provided retirement plan or if you have an individual retirement account. Some of the rules might be the same for them, but some of them might be different. And that's where I see people getting in trouble sometimes. They think one rule applies to them and then they go and make a move on their individual retirement account, and it wasn't a valid transaction. So we want to give you a heads up on that. So that was a pretty interesting show. Our last show, most recently, was September 26th, and I talked about a new benefit that's available for self-employed or business owners for 2018 under the recent Tax Act, and that is something called a qualified business income deduction. This can be very, very confusing, but the potential is a possible 20% deduction equivalent to your qualified business income. So 20% of your qualified business income could be a deduction for you, but there are so many other limitations that you have to understand. And in understanding that, that might require you to do some additional business planning, whether it's contributing more to a retirement account or contributing less, controlling your taxable income, because what we have found with this qualified business income deduction, it's not just what your business income is, there's other limitations that apply based on your other income on your return, meaning a spouse's income, your investment income. It all comes into play. So lots of very important information on that. We want to alert you to that. That's why we do the show, Your Financial Choices. And wonderfully, podcasts are always available on two websites. One, yourfinancialchoices.com, our very own website, and also the radio station's website, WDIY.org. Just go to local programming, look for Your Financial Choices, scroll down and find the program that most interests you. And make sure you share this with friends as well, because lots of good, valuable information is there. And in fact, coming up in October, it's really estate planning month, as I like to call it. So we're going to talk about various aspects of estate planning. Charitable giving is what we're going to start off with, and then delve deeper into what does estate planning mean to you. So please join us Wednesday nights 6 to 7 on WDIY 88.1, and you can always stream live through the internet at WDIY.org. Look forward to having you listen.